Excuse me? You earn respect. You don't demand it. Those who have to demand respect deserve none. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Hit that like and subscribe. You know I do it for you, and let's party. So, guys, I usually don't get this opportunity, so I am brimming with excitement, because we talk about the Young Turks and Kasparian and all that stuff all the time, but usually we are either making fun of her or specifically pointing out one thing that she said that was super base that we didn't expect. But now here we have coverage of a story that through and through, I think I agree with everything she's saying. I saw the video of Mayor Eric Adams of New York calling this woman like a slave owner or whatever, pulling the race card. And you would expect the Young Turks to be right there, but we get this.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams implied that an elderly white woman who had an important question to ask about unaffordable rents was speaking to him in a racist manner. In fact, he compared her to a plantation owner after she raised concerns about unaffordable rent. Now, before I show you the video, and stick around for it, I do want to give you the context so you understand where this woman is coming from. She has a legitimate concern, and she is representing the concerns of countless New Yorkers who are concerned about rents increasing. So landlords will be able to increase rent by 3% on 1-year leases. They will also be able to increase rent by 2.75% for the first year on 2-year leases and 3.2% for a second year. The rent increases apply to new leases signed on or after October 1st of 2023. So this has to do with the rent stabilized units in the city. There are about 1 million of them. And there is a board that makes the decision as to how much rent can be increased at any given time. Now, a woman stood up to ask a question about this. She is noticeably frustrated with good reason. This has to do with housing. This has to do with people being able to live in a safe place. And Eric Adams was not amused by it. Let's watch.
So before we actually get into this video, I want you to really remember what you're going to expect. Kasparian, what her take is going to be on this video.
Before and after the use of force in those rent increases, in natural.
Now, the sound is terrible, but she's basically, as Anna just said, she's mad about the rent increase, and she's very upset about it. This is a town hall meeting. Like, if you ever seen Parks and Rec, like the first episode is them going in like, "Oh, are you ready?" They go in, and the whole town is just screaming at them. That's what it is to be a politician. You work for us. These meetings are specifically for what this woman is doing.
They have a 0% rent increase. Why in New York City, where the real estate is controlling you, Mr. Mayor, why are we having these horrible rent increases last year and this year?
So yeah, basically just why are we having these huge rent hikes?
Okay, first, if you're gonna ask a question, don't point at me and don't be disrespectful to me. I'm the mayor of this city, and treat me with the respect I deserve to be treated.
Now, I'm sure a lot of us were like, excuse me, sir? Excuse me? You earn respect. You don't demand it. Those who have to demand respect deserve none. But let's see what Anna has to say.
I'm speaking to you as an adult. Don't stand in front like
and
you
everybody's
treated
gonna clap.
someone that's on the plantation that you own.
Isn't it so wonderful when someone asks you a question that makes you uncomfortable, you could just weaponize race to shut her down? That's exactly what happened there.
So,
Based. Anna's coming to our side, guys. I'm telling you. No, I don't think she is, but she's finally starting to realize that just continually going with the left progressive narrative is not right. And so she actually gets into it a little bit with Cenk. Let's check that out.
this one has a little bit of nuance, not a lot.
No, it doesn't.
So a little bit of nuance is, yeah, it's true that a lot of times some folks talk down to minorities and they do it in a way that is grating on the nerves in every imaginable way. It's happened to me a little bit, but my God, I've seen it happen to black people in a way that is maddening, okay?
Okay, but you didn't see that here, did you? No, you saw a woman who was legitimately upset about a legitimate reason and bringing her grievance to the proper authority. No nuance needed.
So that's your context, and I get it. At the same time, when you become a representative of the people, you must be accountable to the people. And you can't just say, oh, okay, you've got a problem with rent. How dare you talk back to me? I deserve respect.
Okay, hey, maybe Anna's having a little bit of an effect on Cenk here.
Nah, okay. And to me, put aside the race thing for a second. The whole concept.
Put aside the race thing for a second?
What?
Are we watching the Young Turks? Put aside the race for a second when it doesn't behoove the black person. Crazy, crazy.
And it is pervasive in America that politicians deserve a lot of respect. I loathe it. I don't think they deserve
Agreed.
that at all. And I've seen people go into Congress and then all of a sudden say, I'm a congresswoman or I'm a congressman now. Who gives a damn? You're the same person, right?
Facts.
And they get this air about them like they're big deal. No, you're supposed to be a servant of the people. You're not supposed to lord over the people and be like, I am more powerful and I have more status than you. How dare you ask me an impertinent question and point your finger at me? No, we all get to point our fingers at the politicians and ask, why haven't you done your goddamn job? And are you kidding me? Like you're getting upset about someone asking about rent being too high in New York City? I mean, how fragile is your ego? If you can't handle that, you shouldn't be mayor of New York.
Oh man, if Cenk Uygur says you are a weak man, that you have a weak mind, then I mean, he would know.
So he claims that, he has nothing to do with the decision that was made by the Rent Guidelines Board, that he has absolutely no say. I would venture to say that the mayor of the city could, apply some pressure and look out for the people of New York. But he claims that hands off, I have no say in this whatsoever. That's his argument, he insists. Now,
And I mean, is that not New York politics? Is that not Democratic New York politics tied up in a nice little bow? That is exactly what we would expect. So I mean, you can go check out, what they said. I'm sure you've heard about this story, but I just wanted to share with you guys that this change in Anna may not be just a flash in the pan. And again, I stress the reason I care so much is because of how much influence the Young Turks have. If they are going to start turning in a better direction, they're going to start turning a lot of other people in that direction. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, I've been your host, Lech, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, I am out of here. Don't forget to join the Discord. Peace.